I like to do a practice of writing with the only priority of the writing being the process of taking manual control over my thoughts. Because if you break it down, the person you are is made up of all of the things you believe that you've decided on over time. The reason I say decided on is because those beliefs are nothing more than thoughts that you keep thinking. When you think a thought enough times, your brain, as a way to save energy, creates a habit out of it so that you didn't have to manually think that thing. You just think it automatically now. As soon as it's in the stage where you're thinking it automatically without having to consciously come up with it, it is a belief. Your only control over your personality and your identity and who the future you is taking manual control of the thoughts that you're having and training the muscle of doing that. Once you can analyze each thought one at a time, it's so easy to determine what's good and what's not. That's the easy part. Every single thing that's difficult is only a composite of a bunch of little easy things. You're only ever doing one easy thing at a time, and so it's easy the whole time you're doing it. And so you've done the hard thing, but was it ever hard if it was easy the whole time you were doing it? You just have to do the thing. You're identifying it as being one big thing, but you can't do it all at once. So it's not hard, it's impossible. The only way for it to be possible is if you break it down into easy chunks, and then it's easy. So the effective process that writing does is you literally type or write by hand everything that you're thinking, and that means you can't think about anything else because your focus is on the words that you're typing. And so it's happening slower than your natural thinking rate, which means none of your thought patterns can go on without being checked, which, as we just discussed, is like a big win for you. Because the only step after that is looking at them, like on the screen or on the page that you're writing on, and deciding, is that a thought that I want to be thinking? Or is that some bullshit? Your brain wants to save energy, and so if you're consistently deleting a thing that you don't want to think, it goes, oh, you just don't want to think that. I get it now. It only takes a couple times. Imagine the implications on your life that has. If you can change every thought that you think, one at a time. If you give yourself the task of changing your whole personality, it seems like a lot. But if you realize that your whole personality is just one thought at a time, you write down your thoughts and then you look at them. Is this a thought I want to be having, or is this some bullshit? Then it's just about being consistent. It's mental push-ups. And then what happens when you change all of your thinking? If you change all of your thinking, you change all of your beliefs. And if you change all of your beliefs and all of them are beliefs that you want to have and that you feel like will benefit you, what happens to your identity? If your identity changes to be one that you want, if your personality changes to be one that you want, then you are intrinsically motivated to do anything that you want. You have no self-sabotage anymore. You have no imposter syndrome anymore. You've changed all your beliefs to be the ones that you want to believe. All of your automatic thoughts are ones that you've consciously and purposefully written out in front of you. When you wake up in the morning, you're not going to need any external motivators to do the things that you think are right because you've written them into the code of your brain. That is everything. That's the whole formula. Change your thoughts one at a time because that's what your whole reality is your habits of thinking, because your habits of thinking are your habits of perceiving, your habits of reacting, your habits of associating. That's it. That's the whole thing.